Good day, happy travelers. Vacation travel hacks here, counting down to the halfway to Halloween event that Disney typically holds 6 months prior to the Halloween festivities that will occur in both Disneyland and Walt Disney World. And to build the excitement, we're going to go ahead and talk about both of them. I had the very good fortune of doing both. We did the Walt Disney World Halloween parties. We're in Georgia, so we're inherently closer to Disney World, although last year we did make the trip out west to do the Oogie Boogie Bash. So the purpose of this is maybe you're sitting there thinking about doing one or the other. Maybe you're thinking about doing both. Maybe you're wondering, is it worth it? So we will compare the two. We will give you information about both, and you get to make your own decision. Although I have a sneaky suspicion, team, that your proximity to one or the other might ultimately be the determining factor as to whether or not you do one or the other. And while they're both good, they both have their differences. And if you can do both, I think it's certainly worth your time in doing this. So let's first talk. Both of them give out flyers, and they have maps. So this is one at the Walt Disney World, and it shows where the rides that are open. And it's a special ticketed event. It's like a $100 some odd, and the price varies. The further away from Halloween you are, the cheaper it is. The closer you get on like weekends and peak days, it gets more expensive. Is there an annual pass discount? There has. It's like $10 off. Team, the important distinction here: the Oogie Boogie Bash. If you're thinking about doing it, we had you get a day. You get one day to get into a queue to purchase it. And I would say after that one day, 92% of all the tickets were gone. By the conclusion of the second day, the tickets were no longer available for purchase. Now, compare and contrast that to Walt Disney World. Tickets are, Halloween is probably one of the first ones to go away, and maybe a few others, but largely they are available. So that's let's kick that off. If you're thinking about the Oogie Boogie Bash, don't mess around. Don't I'm going to miss the first day. I wouldn't. They were gone. They were gone fast, and I was real quick to get into queue. And I had a 45-minute wait. My family out over in Seattle, they were got into queue 5 minutes later than me, and they were in queue for an additional 2.5 hours beyond me. And so time is of the essence. But you get a map, and throughout the park there'll be like these balloons that say, "Hey, trick or treating here," and they got all. It's just a real big event. And the same with Oogie Boogie Bash. You get a map, and they got stuff. They got special photo passes and all sorts of things to do. If you like candy, you get there. If you like rides, you're going to get there. And some of the questions we see, like, hey, should I invest in a Halloween party, or should I, with that same money, should I add 3 extra days to the experience? I'll show you the experience and the pictures, and then you'll just have to decide: do you want to make that investment? So the question is, hey, 3 days or just do it? There was just so much to do at both of these things, but there's also parade and special events and trails and concerts, and so the map will help. You can go and Google the map. Long story short, you can get in a couple hours earlier before the event starts, so it's kind of like a free reservation day, if you will. And there's special treats you can purchase. Hey team, there's also themed what we call Halloween dining. I have done all of the ones at Disney World, and I've done one of the dining locations at the California Adventure. And I can honestly tell you, if you're thinking like, man, I want that experience. In the past years, could be different this year, team. Could be the theming could be fantastic. In past years, the dining experience at both of these parks was the same as if you weren't in a party. Meaning, I don't know for me, since you only got 4 or 5 hours to party hard anyway, to spend an hour or two in a restaurant for an experience that you could get on a non-party day, if that makes sense. So it wasn't like people were walking around in pumpkins and Mickey was just out throwing candy corns at everybody. It was nothing like that at all. It was largely the same experience. It might say Halloween. Even the Cinderella's Royal Table, we did that during the Halloween party. Again, it might as well have been Valentine's Day in there. It was just another day. And so there's that. So anyway, there'll be a map showing you where to go. Otherwise, it's the ambiance. That's what changes. It's funny that I started off with this picture. This picture has nothing to do with the Halloween party, except at Disneyland, they completely redo the Haunted Mansion ride for Halloween. So you don't need a special ticket to get in there. But if you're thinking about, well, I normally go to the Disney World one, why should I go to Disneyland? That ride alone is worth the experience. What they do to this, the candles, this picture probably doesn't do it any justice. The getting in there, it's worth it in and of itself. If you like Haunted Mansion, this is something I would consider doing. Otherwise, this is the Haunted Mansion in Disney World. They don't like redo it, but there's fog machines going off, the ambiance, the environment at the Walt Disney World, the building of the experience. They got like Haunted Mansion music playing throughout the park, and the fog machines going crazy. You got special photo passes here with people up against the fog machines in a Haunted Mansion. You got this dude up here standing, talking. I'm telling you, I might be showing my hands here, my bias, but I thought Walt Disney World is the better investment. I thought the buildup was great. You really felt immersed in the Halloween experience. This is probably one of my favorite pictures. Just a fog machine going over this body of water there towards the former Splash Mountain area with the lights and the sun going down. It is truly, it's what Disney does. And for that sunset period, that 45 minutes of the color change and the lighting and everything, it is just a real experience. And then you got the orange lights going on everywhere. And again, back to Disneyland, you're not going to see a lot of pictures of the California Adventure item except this. And I thought that was a real cool thing. There is some the decor at Disneyland, more decor. You got that horse thing out in front of the Haunted Mansion. And then this was probably the coolest picture I took over here at the California Adventure. The Headless Horseman walking down there. But also that's part of the parade. The Headless Horseman also walks down Walt Disney World. But the ride times, let's go back to the maps here. The ride wait times at California Adventure were later, which is my same experience with the ride times at Walt Disney World. Everybody is going in. There's no, Genie Plus. There's no, nothing there. Everybody is going to get in line for candy. Everybody's going to get in line for the rides. What pulls people away is the later it gets, people, they're at Disney and they start to get tired. They run out of energy. And so even though it's a special ticketed event, there's just this natural, the body starts shutting down, except for the hardiest of souls. As you walk into the 10 o'clock hour, the wait times for everything, and I mean everything, gets cut in half, 75%. Hey, the Pirates of the Caribbean, they sometimes have like special characters in the ride, Pirates of the Caribbean at Walt Disney World. So you'll have them like in the area where they're firing cannons and just kind of having a good time. They'll have people in the queue. There's like a little like prison there where there's like little cannons and cannonballs. They had people immersed into the ride, which I thought was a real cool experience. So anyway, obviously I'm very excited about this. California Adventure was cool, hard to get. There was lots of candy. You could do like candy runs. There was like a little candy trail here. So we spent a lot of our time by Cars Land, and we did just a loop, and we flew from Atlanta to Orange County. By my count, we flew back with 8 pounds of candy because that's how much heavier our luggage was versus going out there. We could walk on the roller coaster. We rode that three or four times. There was still a pretty good 40-minute wait time for this Avengers, Tower of Terror is what we'll call it, but it's not that anymore. And then the Cars ride, it was down for a little bit, but then there was a 20-minute wait to do the Cars test track is what I call it. So listen, it was cool. It was a cool experience. The parade was neat. The music was neat. But hands down, just it's the Walt Disney World Park is bigger, and it was the Boo to You parade. Team, I know I'm not trying to sell anybody to do one or the other. I just thought that this was the one, and this was they have their own fireworks show. It's just a real fantastic event. I'm really looking forward to halfway, if only for this 45 minutes right here where you get these pictures and the music of the Haunted Mansion, and it's just a great time. So anyway, I hope we get more news coming out here in the next couple of weeks, and you get to do one or the other or both, and it'll be a lot of fun. I'll see you guys in the next video.